Hi, this is Steve Schmidt of Marketing with Care, and our topic today is helping people to see the value of what you do and even increase that value. Now, when it comes to value, it all starts with you and your staff. Are you communicating value in their terms? And that's something the industry struggles with. The reason why I know that is, first of all, every morning just about I hear a commercial on the radio for a large facility, and they talk about all these things, industry jargon, including the dining experience. Well, the dining experience doesn't communicate value. What will communicate value is that if they talk about the great aroma coming from the kitchen and how people, their residents, their senior residents, enjoy gobbling up a great meal and fabulous conversation with their friends. That's the value that the dining experience can bring. And with small homes, how many times have they told me, we're just a small home? Well, that doesn't convey great value. I would rather them say something along the lines of, we're a quaint home in a senior oriented neighborhood or a senior friendly neighborhood filled with close-knit friends. So now you're positioning some of the strengths of your facility. And in this case, you're also differentiating yourselves from the larger competition, which many folks with small homes complain about. So, well, if that's the case, up the value of your size and your location. So what I've done is I put together a list of 10 different things you can do to help increase the value of what you do, not only in the eyes of the seniors and their families, but even in your own eyes. So 10 things, and many of these things we've already covered in the guild service. So on the web page, I will put links in case you want to take one of these things to and work on it. So we'll have links that connect you to additional information. So anyway, 10 things to increase your value. Here we go. All right, number one on the list. At all my seminars and with new clients, I will ask them the question, what makes your facility special? And it's amazing how difficult a question that is for folks who've had a home for years and years. It's not that they don't know, it's that they don't communicate it. And when I ask what makes you special, I don't want to hear, well, we're a senior care home with a great staff and we really care. I want to hear something more specific, something more emotional, and I want it to have value in it. So I would rather you say, yes, we're an assisted living home that caters or serves seniors with arthritis and helps them to have a more active and fun day. That's very specific if they can do it, and hopefully they can. And it relates a lot of value to a specific target market, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. So anyway, you have to master what makes you special, and you have to review it with your staff. It's critical that everybody's on the same page. Number two, we're talking niches, specialties. And in number one, I mentioned about arthritis. That would be a specialty, caring for folks who have joint pain and struggle with their activities, and now you have an exercise program that serves them. You work with the Arthritis Foundation. That's developing a niche. In this industry, the most common and prevalent niche is Alzheimer's and dementia. But there are a lot of underserved niches that it drives me nuts, because there's seniors want to go to a facility that caters to their needs. How many seniors have arthritis? How many stroke recoveries, hearing impaired, sight impaired? And then there are other religious niches. There are there are even actors in LA. There's a home just for retired actors. There's an artist colony. I think it's in Long Beach, California. So there are some out there, but there needs to be more. Don't be afraid to make a commitment to a specific niche, and especially for small homes, because all you need is a small amount of folks with that common issue. And on the Guild, we have a whole area dealing with niches. Check out the link. And this is not something you just put out a shingle and say, oh, I'm doing this. It's going to take a little extra training, but a lot of it you may already be doing. You're just not packaging correctly, and that will bring us up to number three. Number three is innovative services. What do I mean by innovative services? It's services that target specific needs of seniors. Now, when I'm in a seminar, I will ask folks in the audience, how many of you provide medications? And they all raise their hand. I'll say, is that an innovative service? And very few people will say yes. And and I can understand why, because, well, everybody else in the room is doing it. But they're not looking at it through the eyes of the consumer, especially the family members who have seen their loved one miss a medication, take too many medications, drop medications, and they would be thrilled if you had a 10-point medication management program. Yes, a medication management program. You probably already have one in place. You already have protocols, but it's not written down. It's not presented as a package. And in that case, it's not enough value on it. And the value that's not there comes from you. The public wants to value that. You just have to help them. And what other innovative services can you have? You know, the arthritis exercise. You can have in the artist colony, they have painting, and you know, for Alzheimer's and dementia, there could be memory games. In certain facilities, there are reminiscing programs. So there are a lot of things, and some of these things you're probably already doing, but you have to package it with the value, not your value, but the value of those who are enjoying or using these services. And one of the ways to get the most communication or to communicate the value the best is to ask the folks in your facility, the residents and the family members, why they like that service or why they like that facility, your facility, and that will, in their words, tell you why you're special and why they love you. So anyway, number 3, innovative services. You may already have them under your roof. You just haven't packaged them correctly. Number 4, to add value. Well, so many times I go to small facilities, large facilities, and I'm shown an empty room. It may have furniture in it, but nobody's living in it. It's a model. It's a demo. I suggest name your rooms, at least as many as you can, certainly your demo. Why? Because even though it has nobody living in it, it now has a little bit more personality. So it may be the garden room. What does that tell you? It's got a nice view or fragrances coming from the garden. How about the sweet suite? Cute, but at least it has a name. A cozy corner, or maybe I got one here. I'm looking at my screen. Baker's Lover's Room. And why is that? Because close to the kitchen, you're going to get the fragrances from the kitchen. But this is something that can actually be a lot of fun with your staff, with your residents. Have naming contests, and that could also be part of your marketing, that you're involved with that, and it's a fun project. Videotape it and let loose a little bit. But giving rooms a name can increase the value of that room, or the perceived value of it. Number 5, share your experience. That's what people are coming to you for anyway. Don't keep it a secret. Get it out there. Matter of fact, on all our websites, we have a page we call Caregiver Tips, where we actually take a picture of our staff doing great things, being of service of some way, and then put a caption as to how that action or expertise of the staff benefits our senior. Caregiver tip. We also do that for doctors and any other professionals who provide a service under our roof. Number 6, highlight the value and expertise of your staff. Now I'll give you a classic story. I'm standing touring a facility with a corporate owner, and it's a large facility. We're standing at an elevator. There's a cleaning cart in the hallway. Young lady comes out of the room, goes to the cart to get something. Owner doesn't say anything. I feel a little uncomfortable. And that's something you have to realize when it comes to communicating value. You know, part of you can't let discomfort come in there. So anyway, I turned to the young lady and I said to her, I got her attention, and I said, I bet you're doing a great job cleaning that room. And she just lit up, great smile, and just made the whole situation feel so much better. And I brought out her expertise, something the owner should have done. And this is something that has to be part of the culture, and it can be taught and practiced. Now, a great way to highlight the expertise of your staff is in simple introductions. Now, most of the times I'm walking down a hallway and they'll say, here's one of our cleaners or our caregivers, Mary, and this is our plumber, John. I would rather them say, I'd like you to meet Mary, who is a whirlwind when it comes to cleaning a room. Not only is she fast, but she's thorough and she loves what she does. Or this is John, who's never met or never seen a leak he couldn't plug up real quick. You know, however you want to do it, make it fun. Actually, you could ask your staff members how they'd like to be introduced. Number 7, utilize professionals who provide great services under your roof and have a fabulous reputation in your local community. So I've seen in many facilities hairdressers, podiatrists. Some have doctors who come in and do checkups of some sort. Those are all great. I even had a small 6-bed facility that brought in a restorative nursing assistant and worked on range of motion and things like that. And all these things not only provide great services, but you also borrow the reputation of those experts, and they're in your facility. I would promote them. All right, we're up to number 8, and basically it's add something new. When was the last time you put something new out there to your consumer, to your seniors, to their family members? And there are 3 ways of adding something new, in my opinion. You can start from scratch, usually a lot more timely and costly, but it can be exciting for your staff, and it can be a real bonus for your business. You can also outsource, which, going from tip number 7, using professionals, borrowing their reputation, bring somebody new in who already has an expertise in a service, and now you have something new. Or you can repackage, which again, from one of the previous pointers, you may already be doing something that is new, but you just have to you may already be doing something, but you put new value on it, and that's new. And whenever you do something new, it not only invigorates internally, but it also can draw attention from the press. You can do press releases. Family members have something new to talk about. New works on a lot of different levels. Check out our checklist on adding something new. There's lots of good ideas. Number 9, you want people to place a higher value on what you do? Then show them what you do. And you can't wait till a tour to do so these days. It's got to be on the web. It's got to be in collateral material. You have to provide evidence of how good you are. You got to show reality. And this is called content marketing. It's, people on the internet, they want to look and research for themselves. You got to give them reasons to find you and to value you when they do that research. So anyway, show what you do as much as you can, and that comes in photos, in text, and certainly even now video. Of course, anytime you do something like this, you have to make sure you have the permission of those in the photo. So that means staff and residents. But I will tell you from my experience, most people enjoy being on the web and seeing themselves. So get your waivers, signed, and have fun with this, but also be strategic. You want to position your staff's expertise, and you want to position your services, but at the same time you want to have fun with the process. And let me tell you, it's doable and it pays off. All right, we're at number 10, and it's a concept that we call preconditioning. Basically, if you want somebody to notice your strength, tell them what it is so that they look for it. So if somebody's coming to your facility and you're assuming, which is common, I would assume it, that they think you're a nursing home and that certain smells are in a nursing home, you may say, hey, on your way up to the front door, roses are blooming and they smell great. Make sure you stop and smell the roses. Or, hey, we're going to be baking fresh chocolate chip cookies, so get ready. It's going to smell great in the kitchen when you get here. Now you're preconditioning them to look for something positive and to take notice, and in this case, to use other senses, which is really good in marketing. So anyway, if you want them to notice a strength, even when it comes to staff, if you know they're going to be greeted by a specific staff member, tell them who they're going to be greeted by. Maybe a little inside joke. Matter of fact, here's a great story. on our websites, we include videos and audios of our clients, in action, talking about their passion, why they got into the industry, whatever. I had a client at one time, she's since retired, that was Swedish, and she was standing at the front desk talking to a staff member. Somebody opens up the front door, immediately walks up to her and says, "You must be Liz." And she says, "Do I know you?" And he said, "Well, I heard you on your website." They were already preconditioned for her accent. They were preconditioned for her attitude, and they felt very comfortable in just going up to her like she was an old friend. That was preconditioning that worked. So anyway, if you want to if you want people to notice your strengths, tell them what strengths to look for. All right, that includes the 10 simple ways that you could increase the value of what you do in the eyes of the consumer, your family members, your friends, and even your referral sources, those who serve seniors and their families. Now, you don't have to do them all, but especially if you're struggling with census, you got to do one or two. Pick one or two. If you'd like to go more in depth, which you should, then check out the page on our website here, and there's going to be plenty of links to help you with all these issues. Anyway, I encourage you to, and something else I haven't brought up, but with many folks in the industry, the tendency when times get tough in negotiation or discussing their facility, they immediately look to drop their price. What I'm going to suggest to you is find ways to increase your value. Much better way to do business and succeed in assisted living. Anyway, 10 ways to increase your value. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, feel free to give me a call, 888-213-5026. Bye-bye.